Hey, 1 year anniversary of our one and only Mr. U channel. What's up? And today I'm going to do a review on Doctor Strange. And before I start talking about the movie, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna admit it. I look terrible. I look like shit. But I can't wait on shooting this review. Okay, I'm behind schedule. In fact, I actually shot this review yesterday, but I thought it sucks, so I reshoot Doctor Strange review. So here we go. And yeah, if you want to watch my original Doctor Strange review, just here you go. Hey guys, what's up? And today I'm gonna do a movie review of Doctor Strange, cause why not? I'm totally unprepared for doing this review. Oh yeah, you know what? I should write down a few keywords before shooting this video. All right, so I'm gonna basically repeat everything I said yesterday with a little bit of tweaks, a little bit of change, yada yada, and yeah. So, Doctor Strange, I watched it because I want to catch up with all the Marvel movies before I watch the Infinity War, which is premiering like next week. Anyway, Doctor Strange, Dr. Stephen Strange, played by the one and only Benedict Cumberbatch, legendary actor Benedict Cumberbatch, and Doctor Strange, Dr. Stephen Strange, is a surgeon, is an amazing surgeon who could fix patients that couldn't be fixed, but because of his amazing hands, patients are healed. Patients are fixed. And then one day when he was driving his Lamborghini down a hill, no, he was driving it on a hill, and, he was looking at the phone, and the car just went out of control and went down the hill and flipped like a bazillion times, and his hands, both of his hands, were crushed into the car during that accident. And he wakes up the next day, actually 3 days later. He wakes up a few days later, and he realized that his hands are broken. So here we go. Dr. Stephen Strange, the tragic story of a surgeon who broke his hands simply because he looked at his phone while driving. Don't do that. Don't do this in your car. Anyway, well, that was a really straightforward story and a really straightforward introduction to the movie as well. So he tried so many different ways to try to heal his hands so that he can be a great surgeon again, but he failed. And until he found this guy who had a similar problem with him, and this guy said, oh, go to Kamartaj. And apparently Kamartaj is in Nepal's Kathmandu, so he went all the way to Kathmandu with all the facial hair and beard and stuff. And at first, he bumped into Chiweedle Ejiofor, and then he bumped into Bald Tilda Swinton, aka the Ancient One, who was basically the master at Kamartaj, and Kamartaj is basically this ancient temple, like Southern Asian structure thing that allows you to, sleep and live there, train there, and yeah, everything. And it's been a while after Doctor Strange had arrived and started to train up and become a great magician. He started making portals with the sling ring and stuff, and it's super cool. It's super entertaining, and the disc, like the disc things, and all sorts of different things. It's super cool. It's super cool. Watch the movie yourself. And yeah, this movie is super entertaining. It's way more entertaining than I have anticipated. And that scene in the London Sanctum, that fight scene in the London Sanctum with Mads Mikkelsen, is one of the most entertaining fight scenes in the Marvel history, to be honest. It's basically a fight, but mixed with humor and with all sorts of different magic. There's this door that opens and closes, and every time it opens and closes, it changes to another place. And yeah, and then there's this hallway that rotates and twists. It's like this Inception scene, but you know what? It's a good scene, and I like it. And of course, the whole thing, it's funny. And then there's a cloak, that levitation cloak that went like directly onto Doctor Strange's body without him actually having to wear it. And the cloak wipes his tears when he's crying, and the cloak, pulls him to another direction when he's trying to run the other direction. The cloak itself has personality to it, and I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And this movie is also super fantasizing, super twisted and weird, but in a very magical and gorgeous way, visually stunning. And this movie always has me on the edge of my seat and asking myself what's going to happen next in the movie. Because in this movie, Doctor Strange is jumping from Nepal all the way, jumping all the way from Nepal to London, and then back to like New York, I believe it was. And like it was crazy. Like Doctor Strange and his love interest, Rachel McAdams' character, they haven't met each other for quite a long time, and then suddenly shit went down and he had to teleport to New York. And what's gonna happen next? Is he gonna abandon Nepal? How would he go back? Like, how in the world? And of course there's this portal thing, and he would go back with the portal. But it's just super cool to see him fight all the way from Nepal to London, from Kathmandu to London to New York, and he turned into a ghost and fought with another ghost, and it's just such a sweet fight scene in that hospital with Rachel McAdams just panicking. And the acting is it's okay, and Benedict Cumberbatch is, not only is he okay, he's actually great. And he does a great American accent that's actually good. And the visuals are absolutely stunning also. And the fight scene towards the end is just super mind-bending, mind-twisting, because it's basically a fight scene. Oh, it's not the ending fight scene, right? It's the second last fight scene, but that's the London one. And the entire city just folds in half, and all the streets shifts and changes sizes, and buildings just go upside down, twists inside out, and these like these cranes and skyscrapers and these staircases, they just twist their shapes, and it's like fighting in a kaleidoscope, except when you're looking through a kaleidoscope you see the pattern, but in this scene there's no pattern whatsoever, and that's truly stunning. Like, what's even going on? And yeah, and I'm also going to give a spoiler alert, because the ending is simply brilliant. Yeah, spoiler alert. So I've assumed if you haven't watched the movie, you've skipped until the ending. Anyway, usually superhero movies end with a huge, epic, dramatic fight scene standoff, but this movie, it ends off very, very smartly and brilliantly. And so basically there's this thing called Eye of Agamotto, or Agamotto, and it's basically an eye with one of the Infinity Stones in it, Time Stone, I believe, and Doctor Strange has it, and with this Eye of Agamotto, he can manipulate time. So, Mads Mikkelsen is the bad guy, right? But he's not actually the main bad guy. The main bad guy is actually Dormammu, who Mads Mikkelsen's character is serving. And Dormammu is this entity, deity, thing that controls mortality. And it's really weird. It's really random, but I guess it's Marvel, so whatever. Anyway, instead of fighting and killing Mr. Mads Mikkelsen's character, Caecilius, that's his name, instead of that, Doctor Strange went directly to Dormammu. Like, that was insane. And he went to bargain with Dormammu to force him to leave Earth alone. And he basically created a time loop, and he trapped himself and Dormammu in this time loop, and he kept on bargaining and kept on telling Dormammu to leave Earth alone. And every time he does that, he gets killed, and he does it again, he gets killed, he does it again, and he gets killed, and it's really funny and really smart. But there's one flaw to this scene, and it's that if I were Dormammu, I would do this Prometheus thing where I torture the hell out of Doctor Strange and then kill him and then ask him if he wants to do it again. But of course, if I were Doctor Strange in that particular scenario, I would probably find a way to kill myself first so that I can reset the time loop and continue the bargaining. Anyway, Doctor Strange actually won, and it's really smart. And it all, like, the ending scene, it happened in Hong Kong again. Like, people just like to watch Hong Kong be destroyed. Like, Transformers, twice, James Bond, twice, thrice, I think. I don't know. And Mission Impossible, Batman, Terminator. Did Terminator happen in Hong Kong? Die Hard? Did Die Hard happen in Hong Kong? Did Independence Day happen in Hong Kong? I don't know, but people just love to see Hong Kong being destroyed. I live here, okay? Anyway, it's a great movie, and it's visually stunning. Story is super duper interesting, and I actually prefer it over Black Panther. I'm saying Doctor Strange is pretty cool, and I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. So, have you watched Doctor Strange? From 1 to 10, how much would you rate it? Like if you like it, and subscribe if you want more.